Hey everyone, the Fragrant Lawyer here. Cheers. I've been asked to do a video about a signature fragrance for lawyers. Now, I'm a lawyer by profession, so I thought this would be an amazing video to send to you all, and I'm hoping that I can provide some interesting guidance and assistance in your fragrance journey. Now, for lawyers, in my view, probably one of the great attributes that you would see in lawyers that draws us into law is that ability to communicate. Not only the ability to communicate, but the ability to sell an idea, right? Because if you think about it, particularly with respect to litigation, first thing we're doing, we're selling ourselves to our clients, selling ourselves in the sense that we're showing we should be the lawyer that they choose. We're marketing ourselves to get the client in the first place. Then we're involved in selling our idea, our theory of our client's case to the other side to show them their risk, for example, right? So again, communication and sales. Ultimately, if you're in litigation, you go before a trier of fact. Trier of fact, judge or a jury, someone is going to ultimately decide that case. What are we doing? We're presenting that case with a view to selling our idea, selling our theory of the case to the judge or jury so they come to the ultimate conclusion that we want them to do so. So how does that relate to a signature fragrance for a lawyer? So let me start by saying this. Niche fragrance, luxury fragrance they're really kind of gender neutral in the sense, like I'm going to be referring to, okay, masculine males and feminine females, etc. But by all means, choose to wear whatever fragrance, niche fragrance you prefer because they really are fluid in that context. Some people prefer more masculine, some people prefer more feminine, some people want right down the middle. So it doesn't matter, despite the fact that for the sake of presenting to you, I'm going to be saying male lawyer, female lawyer. Keep in mind, those are just concepts, okay? So the fragrances, I think, for a signature fragrance for lawyers need to show, first, you've got some power behind you, right? You have something behind you that is alluring, is likable, going to attract your clients, but at the same time, not going to put off anybody, right? Not going to put off your client, not going to put off the other side. So without further ado, I'm going to go into the fragrances that I've chosen for you. And keep in mind, I own all these fragrances, okay? I tend not to review fragrances that I don't own, all right? The first fragrance, this is a masculine fragrance. It's by Clive Christian, and it's called Ex Masculine. Now, this is a fragrance. Geza Schoen, I believe, is the fragrancer. This came out actually in 2001. Clive Christian they took over Crown Perfumery. It is a very, very luxurious niche brands. They have some top-notch fragrances, quite frankly. So what do I like about this fragrance here, X? Well, it has notes of cinnamon, it's got clove, it's got some wood. There's a little bit, I would say, spicy tendencies to it. Do you mind if I spray? Here you go. Look at that sprayer. Wow, it's amazing. Now, what do I like about this? Why do I say this is a signature fragrance for lawyers? Well, it's not going to offend anybody, number one. It presents class. It really is a classy, powerful in the sense that it's going to, people come close to you, shake your hand. Well, I'm smelling it now. Wow. They shake your hand, they're going to feel it. So for men, this is one to look at. You're a lawyer, CEO, doesn't matter. Clive Christian, X for men. The next fragrance, this is one that by a brand that, in my view, doesn't get enough love. It's not reviewed very much. This is Kriegler. It's an American brand. It's been around for a long time. They have classy, iconic fragrances. This fragrance is called Silt Style. Now, it's from, I believe, 2022. I'm going to spray this. Oh, so many notes, nutty notes, almond. There's a little bit of spice in this as well. This is a fragrance that reminds me of a quintessential barbershop type fragrance for men. Now again, women can wear this too, but this is like you've come out of a clean barbershop, you've had a wet shave, you've had a nice cut. You see, I shave my head, right? This is an expensive fragrance, no question. You can get it off their website. I picked this up in New York. This bottle, this size here, was about $775 US. Every time I have worn this fragrance, I have received a compliment. It is not a fragrance that's going to shout out and spread all over the place and choke anybody out. This is the fragrance of pure class. I am surprised it's not been reviewed very much, and I'm not sure why, but I'm telling you, this is one to look at, okay? The next fragrance is from one of my favorite perfume houses, the Roja Dove, and this is called Apex. This is their perfume edition. It came out in, I believe, 2022. It's not too expensive, this one, for niche. Probably around $300 or so. I mean, it's not what, you know, Roja Dove has fragrances that are going into the couple of thousands of dollars, right? Just a classy smell. There's something about this. Do you remember that fragrance from Halston, way back in the 70s? Well, giving my age away, I suppose, on that. I'm a bit young then, but this fragrance here kind of reminds me of that, but in a much better, much classier way. It will project. Certainly it will project. I would do on this maybe 2 sprays, one on your arms, touch, one over here, right? Don't rub your hands, just touch, one up here, maybe 3 sprays. But Roja Dove, Apex for men, classy. People are gonna be drawn to you, want to shake your hand, and you present a real clean and good image about yourself. All right, for women. Now again, as I said, this is all gender neutral. I'm using a classic term because first of all, the next one I'm going to show you is actually Aventus for her. I believe this came out in 2015. Now, Aventus for men, I'm going to do a separate review on that. That's really a well-known fragrance. They do have some flankers. They have the Aventus cologne that's come out, and there's another one that's coming out soon as well. But this Aventus for her, it's got some florals, it's got some musk, it's got some sweetness to it, but it is just very alluring. So for women, if you don't want something that tends to be more masculine, I highly recommend Aventus for her. Again, by Creed, a very classy house. Creed does not produce a lot of fragrances. They're not blasting out, 20 fragrances per year. They do it on an annual basis. You see something new, very good fragrance. All right. Last but not least, one of my faves, one of my favorites. Oh, Baccarat Rouge. This is 540, but the extract. I put it sort of in the women's section, but quite frankly, it is very unisex. In it, you're going to have some wood, you got some florals, you got some spices, you've got a bit of sharpness to this fragrance. A lot of people are aware of Baccarat Rouge 540. This is by Maison Francis Kurkdjian is the house. But I'm telling you, get the extract version. It's a little bit more. I think you're looking around $400 or so, $400 to $500 for this. This is one that I think for women, and I do wear this one as well, but I think for women it's very special. A lot of power behind it, very pleasing. People are going to walk by you and they're going to say, look, you're wearing something really, really special. So, for my fellow lawyers out here, I've suggested to you 5 fragrances. Maybe you can suggest some fragrances as well. What do you like? Is there something that you would in fact like me to review? I'd certainly be happy to do so. So if you like this video, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, and again, to my fellow attorneys, lawyers, cheers.